Hi, my name is Erin Fisher, and I'm your child's art teacher this year. This video is about my two accelerated classes in 8th and 7th grade, and it's about how their expectations are going to be a little bit different from the kids that we hope will be able to start coming to school during the hybrid model. The accelerated classes this semester are both virtual only. And I have prepared a packet of information, a packet of materials that I have placed in the front office at Creighton. And I'm excited that about half of my virtual only students have those packets at home now because parents came and picked them up. So please make sure that over the next couple of days you come and pick up those supplies if you have not already done so. Also, make sure that you come before 4 o'clock because the office staff does go home at that time. As I said, I've been teaching for 37 years in Richmond District 1, and I still love it. I would say I love it more than 95%, and I think that's huge. It's still difficult, and this virtual is also difficult. The technology alone is a hindrance sometimes because I live out in North South Carolina in Orangeburg County. And I live in my family home, which means I'm the 5th generation of my family to live here. And my husband and I have been married 32 years, and actually today is our anniversary. We have 3 sons, and all of my sons went through Creighton Middle School and the elementary feeder schools and high schools in Richmond 1. Our youngest son goes to Dreer, and then after that we'll have 3 adults out who have gone through the great programs at Creighton. What I want to do is show you how to navigate through Teams so that you can sit with your child and actually understand what's going on in Teams. So I'm going to share my screen, which is what I do every day with my students. And what's great about what I have going on here is that I actually have a large monitor that's on one side of me, and I can put all of the children on that large monitor and I can watch them. And then I can also, on this particular computer that I'm working on, which is the district laptop, I can have almost like a split screen. I can share one screen and then I can drag things in and out. I can drag windows. For instance, I will show you here, I have an IPVO presenter document camera, and thank goodness for Richmond District 1 who gave this to the visual and performing art teachers several years ago. And I've really become adept at using this in many ways. One day our video on the laptop wouldn't work, and I was able, as you can see, I can have my notes here. I can also get the student's notebook, and this is what I demonstrate in. I can project artworks. When children have questions, I open up this notebook and can use this camera to project what I'm teaching. So that has really helped open up the virtual education here. I can also, just one more thing to show about that, the children asked, we're working mainly on still life right now, and I have to turn it around so it won't be upside down. Let me go this way, there you go. And I can actually use it as a projector and I can demonstrate from there also. So we do have those capabilities, and I would suggest if your child does not have some headphones of some sort, I would suggest getting some. It really helps with the noise in the classroom. All right, you can tell here in Teams, here's an example of the accelerated Teams, and this is the list of channels. And you can see that we have an FAQ. The FAQ channel is frequently asked questions. And you can see in here, I have 3 days lessons, rubrics, how to take and edit photos. These are actually videos that I made of how to accomplish those tasks, how to create folders for organizing, Teams, how to use Snip, how I do tickets for excellence, and the course descriptions. Okay, now what I want you to do when you get back and you've seen this video, I want you to go and actually look at the course descriptions. You know, when I clicked on this, the course description really wasn't doing anything, so I came over to the 3 dots. The 3 dots always help us. It gives different information that allows us to open videos. It's not like YouTube where kids just click and a video opens. They have to often use the 3 dots. And, videos, streaming videos, whether it's an MP4, video or any other type does take a skinny minute to load. And when we use these in class, I usually have them ready. Now you see here, this one's opening up in a Word document. It might open up in a browser. But here is our course description, and I really encourage you to go over that with your child. Now, what I want to do now is let's look at some other channels. This is where we have our class meetings every day. And I also I copy and paste a streamed video every day of class, every day that somebody's absent. If someone is not absent, then don't always stream the class. But I did want to show you there if it will open. There it goes. And you can look in here and see. And of course, I have to go see the technology. And here it goes. It occurs every day at the same time. And you can see that I've streamed daily videos. And I've even put the titles of what's going on in those videos. So when children miss or children are behind, they can go and see what's been missed. Also here, I have an agendas channel, and not every day, but at least a couple of times a week, I will upload the adjusted agenda. This agenda is for all 6th grade levels, and I follow that as like an outline for lesson plans for every class. We have a techniques channel, and then we have a separate channel for each unit. The accelerated students right now are finishing elements of art, and they're working on a still life. 8th grade is doing an abstract still life. 7th grade is doing a still life of their book bag dumped out and all the junk that's in their book bag. So that's what's going on there in those classes. Now, if I go back to FAQ, which is where parents will go when they have questions, students can go there also. I do have a PowerPoint here I do want to open up, and I'm going to leave this here. So you are welcome. Sometimes you can download, so I can show you here. So sometimes students, there's so many different ways to access the information that sometimes it might be too much. Because see here, I'm trying to download, and it does seem to be taking quite a while. And kids just want to go back and click and click and click. But I'm going to go here. I'm going to click anyway and try again. So maybe since it's not going to download, I can open it here. Or I can edit it in Teams. All right, I would rather the kids not edit it, but let's see how it's going to open there. So see, there are many different ways for children to access information. And a lot of times they'll say, it won't let me. Well, the computer is not going to let them do what they can't do. All right, so you've got to, it's just a machine. So let's take a look here at, and I'm not going to, take up the whole time with this, but the accelerated courses are different. They have an accelerated pace. That's my expectation. A focus on expression and personal style. So we are actually doing abstract work and really stretching into that area, but still it's quality. The artworks have complex themes. So, and they're very specific, and they're based on the standards. And so that was different from the way it might be in an intermediate or an advanced class. The assessments are similar to what they are in the other classes, and I've already gone over the materials. There is a materials packet in the office, and I would like it if you would go get them as soon as you can. There'll be a variety of units, as I was saying, abstract, realism. If we were in school, we'd be helping the drama department do sets. We are doing a collage on our still life, and then my hope is to do pottery. And again, I'll provide the clay, and then students would need, parents or guardians would need to, you see I'm sideways now with the iPivo camera. All right, I always take roll at the very beginning of class, and I'm going to move this, and I need to actually, this is in the way. And so this is kind of a constant thing that we're having to do with the technology to make sure that everybody can see and hear. So if I come back, say, here to my channel, see, and sometimes it's that, there you go. All right, when I come back into a channel, I really am adept at using two different screens, and so when I'm back to using one, it's a little more challenging. But what I do when kids come into class is I, sometimes you can hide the participants. Now, it's just Miss Elliott and me in this video, but it will actually list all of the students in the class. And when I start class, I actually will, when class goes off, my phone and my smartwatch have an alarm, and that alarm will sound. And the children who are already in the class know that. Then I go to that list of participants and I click the students who are not in the class. They are listed at the bottom. Sometimes those students have technology problems. Sometimes they're just not getting to class on time. And so I click and invite them to class, and they are tardy then because they were not here. Bosses are going to appreciate students growing into adults who are not late to work. That was some of the stuff that parents have, I've gotten some comments and some feedback that they need. There's a couple of other things. I was telling you about my little classroom here, and I'm going to turn it around so you can see, I've got my other large monitor, and you can see I've got my camera up on antibacterial wipes. And I also have a table that I can stand up and sit down. So I am pretty well equipped here. And using the materials that are available, which for your students some have had a lot and some have had a little bit. But if you come to the school, and I will say that again, and come pick up things, everybody will have equal materials, and that would be excellent. Last thing I wanted to talk about is your child's virtual classroom. And most of my accelerated students are doing a great job of this because they understand that. It's important that your child have a quiet place with adequate lighting, not in their bed, not in their room, unless their room has great light and a desk or a table of some sort. This is not a course that a child can do in the dark. It is not a course that a child could do in a room where 3 or 4 other children are and try to sit on the sofa. So try to find a place for your child, or so that they have an art kind of experience. Also, I expect all of my students to have their camera on all the time, unless they have permission to photograph their artwork to submit, or if they have some kind of technical problem. It's just like I have found in the real art classroom. If they tilt their work, you can see I can tilt the camera down even diagonally, and you can see if I was working on an artwork here, you yourself could see how this would teach me a lot about your child all the time. So since we've started doing that, we found that things have gone much more quickly, and it's much more like an actual classroom because I can look to see what these students are going to need next. And it's helped me. It's run a lot more smoother since that. For the children that refuse to do that, all it does is make your child's education slower because they have to raise their digital hand. I have to ask them again to change their camera angle so I can see their work. And it really does hamper the speed at which we can cover material. The last thing I kind of wanted to go over was something else that's in Teams. And I wanted to pull this up. Let's see. Hopefully I can. Yes, right here. There's a chat feature here. And the chat feature, let me slide it over a little bit. Sometimes you do end up with all these different things. But you can see that there's a chat feature here. And this chat feature is a great way for kids to upload photographs that I need to check. All right, let me come back here. See, AJ has sent me something. You can also, your child has over here an activity area. And if this number is large, see, and children can tell me, see, AJ told me during class that his laptop was going in and out. And I can often, if the other kids are working, I can communicate in that way. And so we have all of this in my activity, and your child's activity is probably pretty high. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the class that I showed you earlier. And again, we just kind of have to wait. Okay, here we are in the FAQ. I want to show you about assignments because that seems to be the most challenging technology thing we have. Now, first thing, I've already shown in FAQ, we'll review this, that I have put videos, how to do each thing I'm getting ready to show you. Then, if you look at general channel, and most kids know this part, you can access assignments. Even if we have assignments in a unit, those assignments also show up. See, we've got a test coming up and different things like that. Okay, so children had to submit their notes, and this had to do with the elements of art. You can also go into general and then access assignments there. Some teachers are using classroom notebook for all of this. Miss Elliott and I found out that it took sometimes 4 and 5 clicks of a mouse to open a child's photograph of their artwork, and it was becoming just too much. We could not do it all. And so we have decided to do everything this way. Now you can see that this is one of the assignments that we had in the class, and it sketches gesture drawing of an object. Now, when I go to the student view, this is what it looks like. It tells how many points it is, but it gives very specific steps of what to do. This was the first assignment. There are still students in our classes that have not turned this in. This is the one that teaches students how to make art photographs. I'm going to show you art photographs folders, art assignments. I have also showed them how to use their file folder. Let me drag it over. It popped up on the other side. And most photographs they take with the laptop are going to go into pictures. And I showed the students how to make individual folders where they can keep their work. And then when they are in teams and they're submitting to an assignment, see, this says student work none. Students have to upload work first, then submit. The problem with teams is that it looks like I have 5 returns here, but all of them have green checks. The problem is 2 of these are zeros. So students need to go back and resubmit. I tell them this every single day. I hope that this information I have given you has helped a little bit. Again, anytime you have any concerns or questions, you can email me. I've asked the kids to please save email for parent and teacher communication. They use the chats feature like I have over here. You can see 3 chats have come up while I've been making the video. And you can always reach me through your child too. I also use Google Voice, which is an app on my smartphone where I do voice text, and I also communicate in that way. And so I will start the communication by making a call first, and then that's a really good way for us to text back and forth. Have a great day. I'm looking forward to a great year, and please contact me if you have any questions.